Good evening, everyone. Good evening to everyone here attending in person, on Zoom, on YouTube Live. And we will be starting our 475th day Chenchiwon Prayer Vigil with song. Let us go into the song. Let us go into our Kyungbae, our full bow to greet our true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind this evening. 자력 전진 전부모님께 경배. 바로 Please join me in reciting the family pledge number 8, first in Korean, then in English. 가정 맹세 8. 찬일극 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑은 중심하고 천일극 시대를 맞이하여 절대 신안, 절대 사랑, 절대 복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상 전국과 정상 전국의 해방관과 석방관을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. Number 8. Our family, the owner of Chanilguk, pledges, having entered the era of Chanilguk, to achieve the ideal of God and human beings united in love through absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience, and to perfect the realm of liberation and complete freedom in the kingdom of God on earth and in heaven by centering on true love. Adieu. You may now all be seated, and we'll be going into our meditation portion of the evening. Let's take this time to gather our thoughts, steady our breaths, and go into a state of meditation where we can clear our thoughts and minds so that we can just let the gratitude fill our heads at this time. Now we will be going on to the next portion of our evening prayer. We'll be going into Hundoke from our mother's memoir, walking through our mother's life, the mother of peace from the section Across the Table Around the World. Please join me in the reading. An image shimmers faintly in my memory, like a gleam of sunlight reflected by the dew on the grass. I was sitting across the table from my husband right after our holy wedding. He gazed at me with the overwhelming heart of God. It seemed as if a waterfall of tears was about to burst forth from his eyes. That experience, the two of us sitting together at a small table to eat, treading the path of Hyojung in front of God, recurred many times on our path as true parents. We communed without a worry. Sitting across the table from each other during the 3 years, we ate only boiled barley, and when we barely had time to catch our breath while on speaking tours, visiting 2 or more countries in a day, we were grateful for everything, and everything was a source of happiness. For me, the annual festival of sharing true parents' favorite dishes is like sitting across the table from all blessed families. The blessed families are true children of heaven's lineage, to whom my husband and I have given birth through our tearful embrace. They are called by heaven, so I call them chosen blessed families. True Father and I will sit across the table from these chosen blessed families forever. We will not forget for even a moment our countless children, intense tears and streaming sweat as they endured lonely struggles for the sake of God's will. My one regret over the festival of sharing true parents' favorite dishes is that I cannot, in person, place a delicious meal before each of my beloved children around the world and sit across the table from them. In December of 2019, I had that feeling sitting across the table from Prophet Samuel Radebe. I had just arrived in Johannesburg to conduct the blessing ceremony of 200,000 people. Our airplane landed amid pouring rain. When I walked into the airport lounge, I was so happy to meet Prophet Radebe, who is like a son to me. As soon as he saw me, he said, "Mother, I so wish to see you. Welcome to your home in South Africa." Dressed in traditional South African clothing, Prophet Radebe welcomed me with a bow, expressing his heart of respect and humility, and presented a bouquet of red flowers he had prepared with care. Accompanying him was a large group of youths and students of the Revelation Church of God, who greeted me enthusiastically right there in the airport lounge. They gave me a special a cappella performance of a wonderful song with lyrics that meant, "True Mother came today to bless South Africa and all of Africa. When I said it is raining today, I've heard that rain is considered a great blessing in Africa." My words were greeted by loud cheers and shouts from Prophet Radebe, his youth leaders and students. When it was time for lunch, Prophet Radebe sat across the table from me. The truth is that he normally would not have taken lunch on that day. It was December 5th, a very important day for him, spiritually. He told me that on that day each year, he goes to a special mountain and offers devotions. December 5th, 2013 was the day that Nelson Mandela, one of the most respected figures in the Republic of South Africa and throughout the world, passed away. Prophet Radebe had publicly prophesied that December 5th would be the day of the president's passing. Many were amazed when his prophecy was realized. Moreover, on that day, a boy filled with the Holy Spirit testified in a heavenly language that Prophet Radebe is the leader who will liberate South Africa, and then coughed up a lion's tooth and presented it to the prophet. This story is legendary throughout South Africa. That is why on this day each year, Prophet Radebe has gone up to the mountain to offer gratitude for the heavenly mission given to him and to renew his determination to accomplish it. He felt that it was a most auspicious day for the true mother to arrive. Despite his commitment to his prayers, he had come down from the mountain to welcome me. Food is love, and to show my appreciation, I served him a bowl of warm Korean noodles. Sitting across from each other, I expressed the love between a mother and son whom heaven had brought together. He went back up to the mountain after lunch to continue his devotion with a life or death resolution for the success of our December 7th event. When Prophet Radebe came to Korea in 2019 to attend the 7th anniversary of True Father's Holy Ascension, he offered special devotions on the top of Balawang Mountain. At that time, our Secretary General, Dr. Yu Yong-ho, with whom Prophet Radebe had become sworn brothers through me, taught him how to use chopsticks. So now he did quite well using them to eat the noodles. Prophet Radebe's appreciation of Korean culture was another expression of his love and respect for me, his true mother. That concludes today's reading. And there's a story that Dr. Kim would always share, because he would be together with Prophet Radebe and all of the African leaders that would go see True Mother during special meetings, whether it be at the East Garden Estate or whenever there would be a World Summit leaders meeting or anything. The first time that there was a World Summit meeting, Prophet Radebe was sitting next to Reverend John Jackson. If you know him, he's the not the Secretary General, but he's the senior pastor for the South region of America. And when Prophet Radebe was invited up to greet True Mother, he had like this really, really special, almost head wrap that symbolized that he's the spiritual leader of South Africa. It's like used to show that he's a chief of his tribe and a well-respected spiritual leader. And before he came up, he took it off and gave it to his wife. So he didn't have anything on him. He just walked up to True Mother and gave her a bow, and then went back to his seat and put back on his dazzling kind of headwear. And Reverend Jackson was wondering, like, why would you do that? Why did you take that off? That's like part of your outfit. That's part of who you are. And then what Prophet Radebe said to Reverend John Jackson really blew him away. And what he said was, like, when I'm standing in front of my mother, then I don't need anything. I'm not a king when I stand in front of my mother. I'm just her son. So I don't need my crown when I stand in front of my mother. And I thought that was a really beautiful sentiment, and how Prophet Radebe really recognizes True Mother as her mother, as his mother. And Dr. Kim would tell that story. And another story Dr. Kim would share was when they would be together at a dining room table and they would be eating a meal together and talking. Dr. Kim was picked to be the MC for that meal time. And since this was his first time kind of emceeing in that kind of environment, he didn't really know what to do, like how strict he wanted the schedule to be or like how things were going to flow. But he kept on saying, like, welcome our guests. Like, thank you for coming to this beautiful estate, and we're here to serve you and to love you, and we just thank you so much for being here as guests in our home. And Chumother like tugged on Dr. Kim, like on his suit, like getting his attention. And Dr. Kim was like, huh? And then he said, Chumother told him that these are not my guests, these are my children. And then after that, the whole kind of atmosphere changed completely. Like it wasn't just people being invited into a dinner meeting, but it was a family coming together and sharing a meal together. And that was really how Chumother sees not just these leaders who know who she is and respect and acknowledge her as the mother of peace, but that's how she sees every single person. And just like in this reading, how Chumother wants to have a meal with every single one of us and sit across the dinner table from every single one of us. I think it just goes to show that when we hear Mother of Peace, we need to kind of recognize the immense love that one has to have to be able to sit across the dinner table from each and every single person. I'm pretty sure once we eat together with maybe 4 or 5 people, we'll probably get socially tired and not want to continue. But this is our mother who's taken it upon herself to be able to be the mother of humankind, of heaven, earth, and humankind. And yeah, it's not something that I'm sure can be fathomed in a way that makes sense to us. But I do believe that we as children of the Mother of Peace have that ability within us as well, to be able to recognize people as our brothers and sisters, and naturally we want to spend time with them and love them and be there for them and open them up to understand that, like, it's not just we're brothers and sisters with them and we recognize that, but they actually have so many brothers and sisters that love them, that care for them, and want to see them succeed and receive the blessing and become part of God's family once more. And I think that's just a really nice way of looking at it when we continue on in our efforts, whether it be through witnessing or caring for our guests. That kind of heart will continue us to move forward. And if anyone ever hears or just listens to Prophet Hadebe testifying to Chumother, that's very special. I'm probably not going to show it tonight, but that's something very, very special. You can also ask Reverend John Jackson about that story too. I'm sure he'd be more than willing to share that and 10 other stories that he has lined up. But that's about it for this reading. Thank you all for listening. And here we go. We'll be going into our song before our representative prayer. Let's all rise and we will sing this song to prepare our hearts and our minds for representative and resonance prayer.
God of creation, there at the start, before the beginning of time. With no point of reference, you spoke to the dark and fleshed out the wonder of life. And as you speak, 100 billion galaxies are born. In the vapor of your breath, the planets form. If the stars were made to worship so loud, I can see your heart in everything you've made. abandoned in darkness tonight. And as you speak, 100 billion failures disappear. Well, you lost your life so I could find it here. If you left the grave behind you so alive, I can see your heart and everything you've done. Every part designed in a work of art. If you gladly chose to let your soul I can see your heart a billion different ways. Every precious one, charge your platitude say. If you gave your life to love him so alive, like you would again 100 million times. But one measure could amount to your years on. You're the one who never leaves the one behind.
Good evening to you, our most beloved Heavenly Parents and true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. God, we are so grateful for our community, for this movement, the community of our brothers and sisters, and our family, God. They have shown us a lot of your love, God. You've shown us a lot of your guidance. You've shown us a better way to live a more fulfilling and purposeful life. And a life connected with you, God, is something I can rely upon for hundreds and hundreds of years. And this love is so beautiful and so precious that it really gives us the power to do whatever we need to do, whatever we want to do, God. I pray, God, throughout all our life, throughout how we deal with our different environments, our different brothers and sisters, our works, our mission, God. At the end of the day, it was mentioned, God, that you, Heavenly Parent, are our parent, God. That we can naturally just come to you and share what's on our hearts, God. And know that this is how you view us, God. This is how our true parents view us. They really appreciate each and every single one of us for the efforts we've gone through to build this relationship with you, to really find our path going towards you, especially during those difficult times that we really, really try to reach out, God. We really appreciate it. We really feel the investment, God. I pray that we can recognize and be aware that you are always there, recognizing and appreciating what we've done, and planning out. And you know who we are, you know where we're at, God. And within these years, within the month, within a time period, God, that we have something planned, and something especially planned for our unique track, God. So I pray that we can be patient with ourselves. I pray that we can be humble to learning not from just what we think, God, but from what you think, God. We are here to inherit from you, inherit from our brothers and sisters, to really be reborn or transformed every single day to happier and better people, God. Holy Prince, pray once again with all these worries, these doubts that may come about, that we can be assured that you will always give us grace, God, that you'll always find the goodness within us. You'll always find the potential that we may not see ourselves, but you really invested all that you have, all that you can, God. You are trusting so much for us, God, for our entire lives. You've been preparing so much. It's like our parents, God, have been investing for us for ever since we were babies, God. The way that we can recognize, the same way that they have shown their unconditional love, and patience, and trust that we can get where we want to be, where we can be happy and fulfilling children, happy, fulfilling brothers and sisters, fulfilling parents, happy and loving people, God. They never give up on us, and true parents have never given up on us. You have never given up on us, God. We know that we will get there. There is a real process. We pray throughout all this time, through our prayers, God, that we can really offer everything up to you and really connect to you, God. Just really feel your presence, God. Feel your presence throughout this time. In the small things, in the big things, God, you have always been trying to show us your love. Trying to show us you are loving us, God. You have placed a lot of things for us. All for us to be at a better place, the best place that you have reserved in your house, reserved for only the precious sons and daughters that are for your family, God. So I pray that we can invest 100% of our hearts, of our minds, of our bodies, God. Let's be honest and lay it all, God. And you will accept it all, God. Let us give us everything we have for this prayer, God, is connected to you, God. I would like to offer this prayer in all our names here. In my name, Sonia Braganza, second gen, blessed child, Adju.
Now at this time, we'll be going into resonance prayer by shouting Aboji and Omani to allow this place to be filled with Jeongsung, with praise, as the gates of heaven open to hear our prayers. 청성방어 시작 아버지 어머니 아버지 어머니
영원할 수 없네.
Let us now go into our 3 cheers of Okmanse to celebrate our victorious 475th day Chunchimon prayer vigil. 천일납신 하늘뿐 하나님 억만세 승리하신 전진차 부모님 억만세 Day 475 prayer vigil 대승리 억만세. Let us now go into our final full bow to conclude our 475th day Chenchi-1 prayer vigil. 자리역 천신 참부모님께 경배. 바로 Okay, that concludes our 475th day Chunchiman prayer vigil. Thank you for everyone who was in attendance.